Hello YouTube, welcome back to the garage. And today's little project, 2CV wise, is I have picked up this engine second hand, very second hand as you can see. It's been sat at the back of a shed for a long time. I got it at a very low price, but now I've got it home, I think I may have discovered why. So if we turn our flywheel, everything's okay. Oh, bang, stop. Same in the other direction when you go round. So I suspect that we have a stock valve. I don't know, obviously. We have a closer look, find out. But I suspect a stock valve. So I shall don my specs. I shall squirt some lubricating oil onto the exhaust manifold nuts, and then we're going to take this little baby to bits and find out what's going on. First of all, while that's soaking in, I'll pop the rocker covers off, and just see what we got. Right, we will start with the left-hand one. I have a feeling it might be that one, but we shall find out. So 12mm deep. I have a cardboard box underneath for all the bits, so I'll just lay them on the side here, and then from time to time I'll transfer them out of the way and clear the table as we go. So no, it's tight. There we go. So let's see what we've got on this side, shall we? And that one's going down. But let me just turn this round so you get a better view. Let me just move you around. The inlet on this side isn't going anywhere. It's stuck. Right, so at least we know that's the side that's causing our problem. So the next thing we need to do is bring some more light on the matter. And we're going to, apologies for the camera movement, we're going to remove the manifold. So we've got 2 exhaust nuts here, 2 on the other side, and 4 bolts for the intake. So let's get them off. I don't have very good spanners here at the minute, very good sockets I should say. I've got my B range, that's being polite. Oh dear, that's tight. This could be turning out to be a very bad engine indeed. Let's give it a go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yep, they're moving. Panic over. Now, when I come to replace these, and we've had a look at the studs themselves, I will be using brass nuts. Because if you've ever tried to replace these studs, they're a major pain. And also, there are oversizes available because they are so difficult to get out in one piece. But then you've got to drill the head, re-tap it for the oversize, etc, etc. So as long as I can rescue these studs, you'll be getting brass nuts, which shouldn't seize in theory. Putting my arm in front of you then. It's a rather peculiar locking device on that one, not original. Right, so if I turn that, you'll then hopefully be able to see that there are two 11 millis holding the inlet in as well. These shouldn't be too bad, they're not normally that bad. Right, so I'll undo the other side and bring you back once they're all loose, because you don't want to watch me undo nuts and bolts. The cowls on this are rubber, excuse me, which are just screws into speed clips. There's two there, one each at the back there, one there, yeah, that's one of the two, so 6 on each side I think, some of which are missing on this one, which is not unusual. It's also not unusual for them to be very stiff, or rusted solid for that matter. The old cowls, which were metal, were far superior. But noise regulations, I believe, is what made the change to rubber inevitable. Right, I'll bring you back when these are all out. Right, the one at the back here won't turn, so true to form. So we're going to have to be slightly brutal. I'm not bothered about these cows at the minute because they are not in very good condition. So we shall be getting rid of them, I think, and trying to find better ones. Right, now it's catching. Right, I'm going to have another go at this because I can't get it around the pipe which feeds the oil to the head, so try again. Right, a couple of minutes more wrestling and I managed to get it out. So off come the cowls so I can separate them properly. I'm not convinced that's reusable. I shall look more closely later. So there is our cylinder head. So we need to undo that. Can you see that? No, you can't. Right, as I was saying, now we're repositioned. We need to undo that, and a third one down there. And also the oil feed line, which is hiding under there. So let's get them off. So, it's not moved for a while, as one would expect. Okay. And then we have our head studs nuts. Just take the tension off them bit by bit so it's coming off evenly. So as to minimise the stress on the alloy. There you go, they're all loose now. Minimise the stress on the alloy of the head so it don't warp. Right, so in theory that should tap off. We need to tap it off, trying to hit it on the edges of these if at all possible, not on the studs, not on the fins, because they'll break. So I'm in a slightly wrong position here for tapping that. So let's just give it a go. I think we're going to get head and barrel together, to be honest. Yes, we are. Okay, it's not what I wanted, but it's not the end of the world. So, getting both all right. Okay. Now, don't want the piston to drop, clatter into the studs. Right, try again. Oh. Very tight on these studs. As I don't want the piston just dropping down. Let me just wait 1 second for me while I put something under there. As I pull the barrel off, it's the final bit of the piston that will want to drop. And I don't want it dropping and damaging the rings if at all possible. You never know, they might still be usable. Whoa! Right, there goes our push rod 2. Right, there's no obvious play in the crank. Ah, but we're still sticking. Now, that's a problem. Right, let me just clear some space and we'll do the other side. Let's hope it's not something on the crank. Taking the cowl off the side, as you can see, turned the engine, taking care not to damage the piston on this side. And unfortunately, we appear to have stuck the valve on this side as well. So, things are not looking good. So much for it being a usable engine straight away. Right, before I take any more of those off, I'll remove the oil line. There we go, that's that free. Yeah, it's more loose. I'll move it there, that might be better. This looks more promising, I think. Yes, this is going to come off as a head with our 2 push rods. Oh my goodness me. Right, I don't know if you can see that, but we've got lots of rust, so water's been in somewhere. Can you see that? I think you probably can. So we've had water. Right, okay, so much for it being an engine you could use straight away, which is what the seller implied. Somebody's been telling porky pies, haven't they? Right, covered in rusty piston. And a very rusty cylinder. Right, so we now know pistons and cylinders are scrap. I'm pretty certain we should be able to rescue the heads, which we shall look at shortly, because we're going to have to strip them completely. Now, I don't know if you can see that pile of rust on the table. I think you can. 2 piles of rust. Pretty poor show, really. Right. No point worrying about the pistons now. We ain't going to be using them again. Right, we have full movement of the crank. There's no sign of any give on the crank at all. I'll just get a light and see if we can see inside the crankcase. We're going to take it all apart anyway, but just out of interest while we're here. Let's have a quick peek. Let's see if you can see. I'm going to have to turn you off because I'm going to have to walk straight in front of you. Right, I've had a quick look from both sides, and the cam looks clean, crank looks clean, there's no play. So I think we should just continue to strip it, get rid of all ancillary pieces, and then we will investigate each part individually. The rings are obviously knackered as well, but we don't have to worry about that for the minute. Right, okay, so I think we will take the clutch and the flywheel off. There's your clutch, can you see that? Yes, but probably not as well as you would like. So our clutch is held by 6 bolts. 2 there, 2 there, 2 underneath, which we now have to remove. I may resort to power tools shortly because some of these will start to get quite tight, and I'm afraid I'm not as strong as I used to be. Oh, that's tight. Even shocking it, that's tight. Right, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to turn you off again and connect up the power tools because I don't have the energy or inclination to do it all by hand. Right, sorry for being lazy, but when you get to my age it's essential. Right, our cover should come off. Ha. It will be stuck on its locating dowels. There's a dowel in between each of the bolt holes. There's no point being too cautious with this one because it isn't going to be used again, that's for sure. Wow, that's tight. Might as well be brutal. Like that. And it's still stuck over there. Come on. Get that away from it. It doesn't want to play, does it? There we go. Right, rusty clutch, been sat for a long time. There's the plate. Obviously not that old, but unusable. It feels like the seal for the spigot bearing is still in there, but rock hard. Okay, so we've got these to undo now to remove our flywheel, which again is going to be more impact driver work, I'm afraid. Not impact driver, air gun work, because these will also be very tight. Just loosen them off a little bit in each direction. I think that's it. And then a tap, a soft hammer again, should see our flywheel off. There we go. Oh, heavy. And then behind here there is a seal which quite regularly leaks, but all this will be changed when we strip the engine anyway. So the next thing I think we shall do is take off our breather tower. I shall have to move you again to show you that. And it's held by a couple of 11mm. It also has the alternator adjusting mechanism attached to it. So let's get that off. I need 11. And an extension. Got to use a spanner on that one. In fact, you know what? It's going to be easier to use a spanner on both of them. Ridiculous. For some reason I can't find my 11mm spanner. But I've got a French pipe spanner to hand, and we shall use that. Right. Now we can use an ordinary spanner. Right, bolts out. The only thing holding it in now will be that piece of rubber there. Oh, in fact, it isn't holding it in at all. So there we have one breather tower, which doesn't look that old. It's quite clean inside as well. I have got another good one of those if I need it. There's our piece of rubber. Right. Gasket, which is, oh dear. We have a piece of broken case. That's not good either. Somebody must have over tightened it, cracked the case around its mounting. It's still usable. Just check with the bolt. Yeah, still solid. That's okay. Not good, but okay, still usable. Right. I'm going to go to have a cup of tea now, I think, and come back to this later when I've had my cuppa.